Hello, hello, my stitchy friends. Welcome back. You found Lolly Stitches. My name is Laura, and I'm so glad you're here with me. It's the end of October, and it's a beautiful, very cold, sunny day. I live in the upper Pacific Northwest, and we have pretty temperate, mild temperatures through the year for the most part, with a few extreme days. And the last few days we've been getting down into the very low 30s, upper 20s in the nighttime, and it's cleared off. So all of our heat has left us, and our days are topping out around 50, which isn't like super duper cold, but it's colder than is normal for, you know, the end of October, I guess. I don't know, maybe it's just colder than it's been. It might be totally normal. Anyways, it's cold, but beautiful, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the sunshine. We had a couple weeks of very gray, rainy days, and those were very gray, rainy days. So I'm enjoying the sunshine, but it has me double layered and has me with the blinds closed because all of our leaves are falling off of our trees, and so my shade that I normally get from the sunshine this time of day is disappearing. And so if I have dots through my face, please forgive the dots. There's not much I can do about it. So, plus, it's just good to have sunshine. Anyways, so I'm glad to be here. It's been a few weeks. I had hoped to do a quilting bee last week, and for one thing, I had done no quilting. I had little to none. I do have a couple things to share, but I've gone back and forth between being like, it's so little, just include it in this episode, and no, there's ways to fill half an hour or something, or however long I want the video to be. Just do a separate video. Anyways, I think I'll do a separate video just because that's how I've been doing it. I have Flosstubes and quilting bees, and this is all brain rambles that you probably don't really need to know. But okay, here I am. Let's do it. I'm back. I've had family in town. We had family for between me driving over and getting them and them coming back and the time here and them leaving, it was almost 2 weeks. So, and it was lovely. I was glad to have them here. But, you know, that's a long time. And so I feel like the last week I've just been kind of catching up or sleeping and you know, kind of bouncing back in different ways every day. And so I wasn't ready to do a video last week, so I didn't. And I am ready to do, take a breath. I'm excited to be here. So it's like all the energy is coming out in fast words. Anyways, I'm excited to be back. I do have things to share. I have a whole bunch of haul because when family comes into town, we go shopping. We just do. And at craft stores specifically. And then I had a couple things on order when we met last time that have arrived. My mom brought my birthday present, which is pertinent to this video. And I have done a lot of cross stitch comparative to my quilting world. So I've got lots to show, and then I have plans for next month because I have loved stitching Halloween, and this is definitely a Halloween, you know, wrap up kind of woohoo, next week's Halloween. Not that we get trick-or-treaters or go trick-or-treating or whatever. We'll watch Hocus Pocus. I will watch Hocus Pocus. My husband will probably be working. Bless his heart. Anyways, that's besides the point. Halloween's almost over. Basically. In my brain, it's done. And I'm ready to move on to my next plans. So anyways, that'll be fun to share with you. And that's kind of the plan, Stan. That's kind of the dealio schmealio for this video. So let me find my pictures here, get everything sorted. My book of days, which I was thinking I would do a book of days for next year, but I am now thinking that I might use a different planner. I mean, I'll still plan. This has worked really well. I love my book of days, but it doesn't work. I haven't used it for, rather. I've used it only for cross stitch. And I would really like to combine my planners next year for cross stitch and quilting and others handwork hobbies. Just have everything together instead of scattered in notebooks through my room. So I've been considering going with like a Hobonichi or something like that, which I love and I use for my life, appointments and stuff like that, bills and whatever. Anyways, but right now I'm still in my book of days. I decorated it with Snoopy. And and so we are here. We only have 4 more days of the month, which is why, other than Halloween itself, I will probably abandon Halloween projects after I film this. Woohoo! Yeah, it's been good. You can see I've got my list of like what I kind of thought I would work on. I have decided not to work on quite a few things and then wound up working on, other things. And some things got a lot of attention and some things got very little. So let's look at that. First, let me find my board. I have a finish. So I pulled out earlier this month my Halloween spooky sampler, or spooky Halloween sampler, something like that. It's from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, and this is where I was, and I had at that point kind of just added these details into these 2 squares and a little bit of orange in this one. But I've been on a kind of a finishing kick for the past month, and I was just enjoying working on it. So I wound up finishing it. It's so fun. It's so fun. So I stitched it. Let me get my little card out. I stitched it on a 32 count Belfast linen, vintage stormy night. And it is a printed linen, so you can see the back side is solid and the front has a little bit of texture printed onto it. And I did some custom colors, and without looking at the pattern, I don't know exactly what, but basically I added overdyes, I added color into some places where there weren't color. Like, this is charted to be color, but this word was charted to be black, and I thought it was more balanced to have it be color as well. I swapped out pretty much most of the places in the chart where you see any variegation. I used overdyes instead of DMC. Other than the border, I believe it's all charted originally in DMC. Anyway, so I kind of switched it up, made it my own, and I love it. So now I'm just trying to decide how to finish it, which I probably won't do until next year, but it'll noodle around in my brain for 10 months before I finish it. And I think originally I thought a pillow, and now I'm thinking maybe a frame or a flat finish that I could put on my mantle, though we won't be here next October, so I don't know where we'll be. We may or may not have a mantle to put it on. Anyway, so it's still in the air. I could also just do one of my soft finishes, my wall hanging quilted finishes, and that could be really cute too if I could find the right border that wouldn't pull from, because this is such a pretty, no, I don't want to do that. It will be framed, or it will be, I don't know. I don't know what it will be, but I love it. It turned out so cute. It was so fun to stitch, and when I actually buckled down and did it, it went really quickly. So I'm sure more focused stitchers than I could throw this together in a week or two. Yeah, so yay! Another finish. It will probably be the last finish you see this year, if I'm being completely honest. Though I would like to finish my turkey, which you'll see in a bit. He's in plans for next month. Because he's so handsome. I don't know that I'll fully finish him, but I'd love to finish the stitching on him. Anyways, that's totally like jumping ahead. Okay, so that took a few days of my focus. And I almost didn't show this to you because I did so very little on it, but I did stitch on it, so here we are. If I can get my ducks in a row here. Okay. Sleepy Hollow by Hello from Liz Matthews. So cute. I did not wind up working on this as much as I did last year, which is okay. I did a lot of stitching on other things. This is where we left off. I had kind of added in some black last time, and that's pretty much what I did this time. I finally went out and I had run out of DMC 310, and I ran out and got some because it's a tough time of year to not have any black on hand. So this is where I am. Oh, it's so cute. This will probably be a big focus for next year for a finish because I do love it. What did I do? I came down further on the border. I added in a couple of leaves, I believe. That might be it. That might be it. Like I said, it was just like one evening. I had the black and I was like, oh, I'm going to put some more stitches in. And yeah. So it's darling. It's adorable. I'm working on, what is my fabric here? Find my little card here. I put if you're new to my channel, I put my information on little, whatever these called, index cards. And I just tuck that in my project bag, and I find that has been really helpful in knowing what the heck I'm doing, especially when relaying the information to you guys. So this is 32 count Belfast linen, smoky white. So it's really the same as the gray. It's a printed, but it's white. And I love it. It just gives it kind of this misty look. Yeah, so it's cute. Didn't do a lot, but I do love the project, and I look forward to when my enthusiasm focuses on it so that it becomes what it's supposed to be. Let's see, we'll put these on the ironing board. Everything is in different places in my sewing room. I kind of tried to like frame the room so that you wouldn't notice that as much, but it's inevitable that somebody will notice. So my ironing board is over here right now. This becomes my guest room when I have company over. So I take all the tables that are breakdownable, which are most of them Costco tables, very fancy. And I put up cots or air mattress depending on who's coming. And it works really well. But it takes me a while to get put back together afterwards. So it's definitely like I've put up one table and it's kind of been floating around the room as I do different things over the last week. And my ironing board's in a totally different place. And anyways, all the information, again, that you don't need, courtesy of Lala D Stitches. What else am I here for? Okay. Next one. Oh, I love this one. So this is my cute little Art Gallery Fabrics bag. I love it. So cute. With my little witch hat pull, which makes, I just buy cheapy zippers off of Amazon, and it makes for a really easy pull because they're cheap. Okay, let me find the main picture for this one, because this pattern comes in two parts. It's called Ink Circles Baltimore. And so I don't actually have the picture on the patterns together. So you get one half and then the other half when you purchase the patterns. And I had done a little bit of work on this. You saw it last time. Oh, well, apparently I don't have what I did before. So this is where I started out this year, and I had, when we met last time, added some more fence down and the brown frame of the first quarter. So when I stitched this, I only gave it one evening. I finished, but for, the tombstones. Okay, I didn't finish a full quarter. I was going to say, I finished full quarter because that's how I've been thinking about it in my brain, but I haven't. I finished the insides. So I added the little pumpkin, and let me see if I can get it out of the dots. There we go. Added the little pumpkin and these cute little blooms or whatever they are. And I tested out my gold choice because I have switched my gold when I bought my supplies for this project. It was pandemic days and they couldn't get the called for, or didn't have the called for, one or the other. So I swapped mine out for Harvest Moon, Gentle Art, Sampler thread, and I was kind of going back and forth. The called for is a bit more brassy. So I wasn't sure if I was going to use this last time we met. Sorry for the dots, you guys. Sunshine. It's great, but it makes itself known. Anyways, so I did a little bit of sample thread, and I really like it. So I think it's going to be great. I'm just going to go with this. And next time I work on it, I think I'll work on the outer details with you can see with the arches, and then the tombstones which say Happy Halloween, and yeah, it's so cute. This is excuse me, where is my little card? Just trying to find what my fabric is. Baked Clay by Fox and Rabbit. It's a 36 count. So Baked Clay, if you like that one. It's really pretty. Okay, I'm not gonna put it back in. I normally don't have them in the bags at all when I do this, but I was doing some chores and I just didn't get it taken out. So this was a new start since last we met. So I don't have a before picture for you. It's just in a wrinkly bag. Sorry, guys. Okay. So you've all seen it. We all love it. Halloween Quicker, which is so great. And my mom finished hers. She started hers last year and finished it while she was at my house. She did her last little candy corns and this motif and the, miscellaneous missed parts that are kind of floating through the design. And it was so cute, and I meant to get a picture of it so I could show you guys, and time just got away from us. So she left without me having gotten that picture. Sorry. Let me see here. It's got floating strings, but this is my start, and I'm stitching it on 14 count Aida, dyed by moi. Which you'll see a few of those. I had kind of dyed some earlier in the year and then last month with these projects in mind. So we finally got to the point where I'm using them, which is exciting. I'm loving how it's turning out. I don't know if it'll show, but there are very subtle hints of purple through this, and in person it's really getting picked up nicely by the flosses. I'm doing the called for Classic Colorworks floss, and yeah, solid start. So there she be. Mine will be bigger than my mom's. She did hers on a 18 count, 20 count, something like that. And it's so pretty. And in fact, I almost didn't start mine after seeing hers because she did hers on a linen and I just loved how it looked. And then I was like, no, you dyed this Ada specifically for this. It's going to be great. Go with what you've got. Anyways, so I was good. I did. Okay, my next one is also a new start. And also on hand-dyed Ada by me. It's Judith Kirby's Victorian House Number 9. This was a birthday, Christmas present, a gift from my sister. I had shown her this. I was like, oh my gosh, look at this chart. Isn't that cute? And it was on Pinterest, I think is where I had seen it. And I'd sent her the pin. And but I hadn't really done much looking into it. I just loved it. And anyways, she surprised me with it. It's an old chart, 1989. I think it's 1989. It's handwritten and it's been really, really fun. It's kind of been an adventure. So this is where I got, which is really good progress actually. Yeah. I almost have the house done, but for backstitching, just a couple little windows spots to fill in, and then it's ready for backstitching. Then we get a fence, a little bit more ground, and the tree. Like, it's over halfway, I think, really. And I'm loving this fabric for it. This one I had no qualms about starting it on this fabric because it was the perfect, I dyed it kind of hoping for that spooky Halloween night look, and it worked. Yeah, so cute, so fun. This one will definitely get more work on it, you know, at some point. I've been keeping it in this bag, which is just a quilted batting bag. I didn't even do nice edges. I mean, it's fine. It's zigzagged. It's not going to fray or anything, but I do love the inside fabric. But it's bound up being, this was kind of an experiment bag for me. I make my own bags, and I wanted an option. So when I needed a bag, but I didn't have any vinyl or something, I typically do vinyl front bags. Something I could still make a quick bag, put it together, and I could just use scraps of batting for it, which is fabulous, and I'm really liking it. So I'll probably make some more. But I'm going to commandeer this bag. I'm going to put my haunted house in something else for storage. And I'm going to commandeer this for one of my projects for next month. Because it's really fall, autumn more than Halloween. So there you go. Okay, this one, I think this one got, no, okay, we'll save this one for last. It got the most attention, so it's the most exciting. Though this one is also very exciting. I just started this the other night, and I was going to do more stitching on it last night, and we went driving down south because it was pretty yesterday, and went to see the waterfront, and it was gorgeous. But by the time I got home, because of traffic around here is just a nightmare. It took hours to get home, and I was tired, and I didn't feel like stitching, so I didn't. Main picks, that's what I'm looking for. So this is Autumn Lane Stitchery's, one of their new releases in the last month or so, couple months, I guess. And it's awesome. Tonight we ride. And I saw it and instantly thought of, which way do I slide? Hocus Pocus. I don't know if they meant, if like that was an inspiration for them or not, but this is what I thought of as soon as I saw it, because there are 3 witches, and does that house not look like the house in Salem in Hocus Pocus that the tower blows up on? It's so good. I love it. And so but you need good fabric for it because it's popping, right? And it's a simple palette. So I dyed some fabric and I just kind of went crazy with it, but I love it. I love it. I shared it last time, so it won't be new, but it has some stitching on it, so you can kind of see a little bit of what it will be. So, I mean, the moon is solid. That little bloob will go away, which is kind of sad because it has some really pretty blendy things happening in it. And I kept thinking that as I was stitching, I was like, ooh, that's a really pretty area. Stitch, 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 stitch over it. Oh no, it's gone. And that's okay. There are still other pretty areas. I know the bottom will get covered a lot. It's pretty dense. It's pretty dense down at the bottom. I did a center start on it. There we go. I love it though. I think it's so cool. And so what I'm doing, because I see the Sanderson sisters when I see this chart, I'm kind of editing it. And I haven't completely decided how I will do this, but the sisters all have a slightly different color dress. So we've got Mary, Sarah, and Winifred. And I will either stitch, let's see, I need more hands. I will either stitch all of them, like I kind of went through the chart and marked off like where the skirt changes. Here, I'm gonna set this down. I kind of marked where the line would be between the broom and the hands or the dress or whatever. And so I could do just their dresses and their cloaks in color, or I could do just the cloaks in color just to give a hint of it. I also thought they all have bands on their hats. I could just do the bands to show like which sister is which. But what I've done is I've gone in, and I think it was on this one, I recharted, I drew all over my pattern. And I changed, this will be Mary, this will be Sarah, and this will be Winifred. And I recharted Mary's broom so that it looks like a vacuum, because she flies on a vacuum halfway through the movie, and it's awesome. So it will have some customizations. I'm really excited, and I'm not sure how exactly I do them, if I'll just stitch them straight color, since there is a lot of color going on in my fabric, or if I will stitch them like I'm doing 2 over 1 on this Aida. It's a 14 count Aida. So I could do 1 strand of color, 1 strand of black, so they still have this like deep shadowy look. Hi baby. Big stretch. Yeah. They could maintain the silhouette while having just like the hint of color to them. I don't know. It'll take some experimenting and kind of deciding what I want to do, but that's the plan. It's going to be my homage to Hocus Pocus. Not that I'm a fan or anything. I grew up watching it. We watched it every Halloween. We'd go trick-or-treating, and then we'd come home and sort through our candy, because you can't just eat the candy anymore because people are creepers. And while we did that, we'd watch Hocus Pocus. It's really fun. Anyways, so I'm excited about it. That was a really fun one to start, and I felt bad that I didn't get more stitches into it last night, but I'll definitely work on that at least on Halloween night, before I put it away for a while. Maybe for the season, for the year. Okay, last but not least that I worked on is my Mirabilia Halloween Fairy, which, oh, she's so pretty. She's so pretty. I love her more and more the more I stitch on her, which is a really fun way to have a project go. I'm keeping her in my little potions bag with ghosty insides. And I made oodles of progress on her, you guys. Let me see if I can find I know I have a before picture for her. La la la. I couldn't put her down. It was almost monogamous stitching for a lot of it. Like when I would pick up my stitching this month, I would be looking through my basket and I'd look at my calendar to see like what I wanted to work on and what I've worked on. And I just kept coming back to picking this one up because it felt good to stitch it. It was fun to stitch it. It was magic to see her grow. So she got a lot of love. This is where we were. The dress debate. I'm so glad I didn't like mess with it because she's perfect. She's perfect just the way the floss was said to be. I love her so much. She's so freaking close. Like, the wings are obviously very stitch heavy. So I would say it took me a couple nights of sitting and filling this in to do the green on this and then the black outline. So it would probably be a couple of nights to do that. And then there's leaves and then back stitching and beads and she's done. Like, it's so close. But I'm just tickled with how she turned out. She's on a coffee dyed even weave that I did last year, I think. It's been a while since I did this one. And it just wound up being the right fabric for the right project. I floss tossed this on so many different fabrics before I settled on this one. And I am just pleased as punch with how she is turning out. She's not done yet, but she's close. She's close. She might get more stitches. I'm not going to make any promises, but I'm also not going to say it's not going to happen because I am in love with her. I think she's so pretty. And I can hardly wait to have her up as part of my October decorations. Yay. Oh, I love it so much. So much fun to stitch and really easy stitching. Maybe that's why she's been really appealing, because it's really a lot of block stitching rather than blending and counting. She's gone really smoothly and it's been very enjoyable. So anyways, that's what I've stitched. It's been good. I've gotten quite a bit of stitching done, you know. Cold, gloomy, rainy days when you have company and, you know. We got a lot of stitching done. So that's been really good. Ugh, that went cold. Ugh, yuck. Shove that away so I don't drink it anymore. Because it would be totally something I would do. Ugh. Pick it up thinking, oh yeah, that sounds good. Ugh, not good. I have water. I'll drink that instead. Okay, so let's do haul and then we'll do plans. We'll reverse it today because I've got a basket. I've got a basket of haul, and I will say not all of it was purchased. Not all of it was purchased. Let's just put it that way. Some of it was, and some of it was pulled from stash, and some of it was purchased like over the last couple months, and it's all just kind of come together into this beautiful stack of happiness. So first one, we went to Threadneedle Street, which is my local needle workshop, and I always try to take my family when they're visiting because it's fun, and they don't have convenient cross-stitch stores. I don't think my sister has any cross-stitch stores where she is, and my mom's like 2 hours away, so not bad, but not convenient for a quick little looky-loo. So this is the first one, the Quirky Quaker. This series is really cute. There's some really darling things, but when I saw there was a stocking, I thought ornament, and I love it. So I have a scrap of mystery fabric. Never mind, it's not mystery fabric. It has a tag. It's 30 count Portobello. Oh, this is from my fall farm. it's a scrap off of that. So that will be perfect, I think, for my little ornament. The white will show really nicely on it. And I'll just pull from stash. I was kind of hoping my Hearts for Pam order would come, because I know that there's some red floss that will be stunning in that order, and it would be fun to use that. But I haven't gotten my email yet for notice of shipment, so I might wind up, I don't know. We'll see what happens over the next month, because I don't need this to be finished. This, you know, I could stitch it in December and be happy as a clam, and not put it on my tree this year. But I don't know. I might dig through my stash and see if I can find some pretty colors or something. If I get the itch to stitch it. But I think it's really pretty, and yeah, it'll be fun. So I know sometime Sunday I think they were kind of avalanched with the orders they got in response to their fundraiser, which is fantastic, fabulous, wonderful. I'm so glad. Oh, sorry, dropped something. I'm so glad that they found success in that, and that Pam's surgery went well, and that she's recouping. I hope she continues to recoup. That's the point of it, as much as it is to have fun, pretty goodies. And so I'm not in a hurry or anything, but I am, like, I'm on the Facebook page, and I see people are getting their notices, and actually some are getting their packages. So it will happen, and I'm very excited for that day. I just don't know if it'll happen before I want to stitch that little ornament, so we'll see. Okay, this, I saw this, I don't know, 4-6 months ago, something ago, when I was in the shop, and I fell in love with her. Lavender and Lace, what's her name? Earth Angel. She is, we're losing our light. It is so sunny and bright. And one second. Oh, my creaky chair, and we'll get a little bit more light in here. Just watch it like find the hole in the trees, and then I'm blind and you can't see anything. But for now, we just need a little bit more lights, a little more brightness. Where do I put this? There we go. Earth Angel. She is so peaceful. And this is a no drama zone. I try not to say anything political or divisive. But the world is a sad place sometimes. And when I saw this, my heart just, I don't know. It's peaceful, isn't it? And I wanted to stitch it. I'm also not much of an angels for decoration kind of person, but she's gorgeous. She's absolutely beautiful and peaceful. And so I bought the pattern, and I found this. See, now it's going to be too bright. I knew it. Sorry. Yeah, it's better. Found this gorgeous linen, which has just a little bit of like an earthy feel. It's got like the brown and the soft blues, and I mean, it's really, really beautiful. Picture this plus feldspar. It's a 28 count, and I think she'll be beautiful on that. I did a little bit of a floss toss in the shop. So there's some of her colors, and it will just be, I can hardly wait to start her. I think she'll be my new year, new start, and I will work on her through the year. She's so gorgeous. I can hardly wait. Yep. Something beautiful. Okay. So, you saw this one last time, I believe. Did you? I think so. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I have some of the colors. Kind of pulled those. I think these are so pretty, though. Here's all 4 of them. Seasons. If I didn't show you, I'll just show you. If I did show you, I'll show you again. there we go. Sorry, my brain is disassociating, apparently. I love them. I think they're really sweet. I've seen some people do finishes on some of them through the year, and so when I saw this was on sale, I picked it up, and I've been drooling over it since it came. I think I'll start it in January or at the new year, 12 by 12 or something, and I'll start with winter and then just kind of do one through the seasons, since we all know how that went with my Barber Anna, which I have neglected for the last 3 months. But I have this 40 count Fiber on a Whim brown sugar that I was thinking I would do my BAP. I would join the BAP to school sell, and I'm still looking at things for that, but I just couldn't settle on one or the other. And I had this chart and I have this fabric, and technically the chart calls for 40 count, so it was kismet. It was meant to be. So I have some of the flosses and I have fabric, and I've got, I'm ready to go. So repurposed so that I can actually start it, and it'll be great. And my BAP will come when it comes. I still want to do something. I want to do a big, gorgeous sampler. I just haven't decided on one yet, so that's okay. My next one, I've picked fabric for Feast of Friendship. I'm going to stitch it on Vintage Country Mocha, which again, I had a scrap left over from something. Maybe I bought it for this. I don't remember. But I got a lovely email from a lovely person, and they are going to send me, they're spoiling me. They're sending me the floss. They said, she said, it just fell into my cart. So it'll be a feast of floss coming directly to me, and oh my goodness, thank you. It's one of those, they come every once in a while. I get those emails that just absolutely floor me, and I'm like, I have to wrap my jaw back up and secure it in place. So generous, so lovely. I'm so excited to get happy mail, and as soon as I do, you know what I'll be stitching. I'm all ready to go. I have one color. So that will be really exciting to get all the called for floss. It'll be beautiful. I'm so excited. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm stalking my mailbox. So I don't know that was even any haul other than, well, it will be haul, right? It's stitchy kindness, so it counts. A couple charts I picked up. Tiny Modernist. I love the moth and the raven and the mushrooms and the little ghost coming out of the teapot. It's so cute. It will be so fun to stitch. And I'll probably start it next year or something. I don't know. We'll see. But it's just going in the stash for now. It's super cute. The Spooky Teapot by Tiny Modernist. And then if you follow the Mirabilia world, you've probably seen her release for this. But it's Delphine's Butterfly Brigade. Oh, when I saw this announced on the Facebook page, the Mirabilia Facebook page, I was so excited. I wanted it so badly. And so then I happened to be in Threadneedle Street buying black DMC floss. And I was just, she has this rack of new charts that come in right by the check register, which is a dangerous and very strategic place for her to put them. And Delphine was there. And she's so beautiful. And I kind of looked at a little bit of fabric, but I knew I wasn't going to be starting her till spring probably. And so I didn't get anything. I didn't get any supplies. I just bought the chart. so I would have it in my hot little hand. And I love her. I think she's so beautiful. I love the details in the butterflies themselves. Don't focus on me, focus on the butterflies. They're so, so pretty. I don't think I'll stitch her on green. I think I'll do it on something springier. So, you know, when we get there, when we get closer, I'll dig through stash, and then if I have to, I'll go out and buy something. Or I'll dye something. I don't know, maybe. I might be a dyer now. This chart, Cricut Collection, did I show this to you last time? I feel like I had this last time. I don't remember. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I think I had fabric tucked in here and then I stole it for something else. That might be why it's in my basket. Anyway, it's adorable. I love the Cricut Collection, like months or season words. They're so pretty, all stitched up. And I don't know which ones I really want to do, if I'll do the seasons or if I'll throw a couple months in there or whatever, but I think they're fun and I'd like to have a couple of them to put out. Okay, this one. This one was totally impulsive because I just love it. I'm gonna pull it out of the plastic because glare. So, Shannon Christine designs Sugar Plum Village, and it just is whimsical and sweet, and that border is gorgeous, and I don't know, I love the colors. They're soft and gentle, and it just hit the spot. And I love the little gingerbread man. They're like little, it's a Sugar Plum Village. It's so appropriately named. I love it. It's so, so cute. So I showed my mom and she's like, oh, I love that one too. And so we found the floss. It only calls for 6 floss plus white. So 7 colors. It's so limited. It's so nice. And then I'm going to pull this out of the package. So you'll have a little bit of plastic sounds just for a second, but it's too pretty to not pull it out and see how pretty it is. So I'm not going to stitch mine on, I think it calls for like Vintage Country Mocha or something like that. And I can't do things the way people tell me to do them. So I'm switching it up. I'm going to do it on this. It's so, so pretty in person. It's one of those ones that's not going to do justice. It's not going to do justice over the camera. That's pretty okay-ish. But it will be so pretty. It's just like a continuation of the palette, right? Soft and gentle and whimsical and wintry. And I love it. And I can hardly wait to start it. I'm so excited. I have a lot of starts in December. It's fine. Because what I found, here's the thing. Here's the dealio. I found that I don't have a lot of Christmas projects because I was super productive last year and I finished like half of them. So I'm super, super supplementing my Christmas rotation and winter. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of planning. So if you've been with me for a while, you know I struggle with depression pretty hardcore. And of course, it always gets worse as we have extended dark gray days where it never gets light in my house, no matter how many lights I turn on. And we've had, as I mentioned, a couple of weeks of pretty intensely dark days. And maybe that's why I'm like buzzing today because I'm getting all my vitamin D that I didn't get. But one of the ways that I cope, if you will, is I find it very zen to focus into the details of something. And so kitting up projects just wound up being my sweet spot in the last couple of weeks. And so I've just been, since my room was already torn apart, I was like, that's fine. I'm just gonna tear it apart more and like I've gotten some of the new patterns and dig through all my old patterns and see what I want, like what's calling to me, and I'm going to see how much I can kit that up out of what I have. And so, yeah, I've got quite a few new starts coming. Not very many. I think only 2 in November, but like December, January, they will be start heavy. And that's okay. It'll be really fun. It'll be really fun, and then I'll be all set up. It'll be good. Anyways, so if you see like rashes of lots of starts for me, it probably means I needed to stay busy and engaged in something. And so I was kidding. And then once they're kitted, you know, we may as well start them. This is a new book that I pre-ordered, I want to say in like the spring or early summer, and then it was delayed in getting to me. Don't know why. It doesn't matter. It's here. It's by Kyoko Maroka, who is one of the designers from Gara, which I love, and I have several projects underway. I love her designs. And so I think I've seen somebody already do a flip through. I won't do, sorry for my squeaky chair and really bright sunshine. I'm not sorry for the sunshine. So I won't do a total flip through, but if you haven't seen it, I just want to show you how flippin' pretty everything is. And I do have a piece of fabric in here because I will be starting. I mean, this is only some of the projects I like in here. They're so good. There's the cover kitty cat. There's our pretty designer. And here, we'll just look at this main page up close. So you can see it's got beautiful butterflies. I love that. I love that one. We'll flip to that one. That one's so fabulous. I love both of these fancy dress ladies. These are super cute. I don't know what the little hangers are. Probably just a really cute way to display them. But I think, I'll show you those. There's one for each month. Can you see them? Maybe the big picture is better. Anyway, it gives you a basic gist. They are darling. They have the month. And so I think they would be so cute stitched up and either put into a wall hanging, like stitch them on tiny, stitch them on 40 count so that they wind up nice and small, and put them in a wall quilt. I think that would be really cute. And they're so small, like they're just quick little charts. I also think it would be really fun, and maybe this is just absolutely ridiculous, but to do for a small child. But aren't they cute and happy and colorful? And wouldn't it be cute to stitch them and then put them into like a quiet book to flip through? I don't know. It's just my brain. Let's see. Where's that cute little flying squirrel though? Because that one is definitely getting stitched next year. Did I mark it? I thought I did. Where's the flying squirrel? There it is. I knew I marked it. How cute is he? I love everything about it. I love the little guy poking out of the tree. I love the colors. It's so cute. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stitch that one soon. But I have pulled fabric for stitching this because I think that's beautiful, and it would be so pretty to have a little like notions box right next to my couch where I stitch. So I want to do this one, I think. I mean, they're both beautiful. I might do them both eventually, but and give the other one away or something like that. But I have the gray, so it made an easy decision there. Anyways, darling book, absolutely lovely. I don't hate anything in it. I can highly recommend it. It's wonderful. And last but not least, my mom hit it out of the park again. She got me this gorgeous kit. Look at those butterflies. And in the house I grew up in, my mom had a beautiful side yard, and it was all spectacular irises. And many of them were this color. And so as soon as I opened it, I was like, oh my gosh, it's just like the house we grew up in. It's your garden. And then of course I love butterflies. So well done, Mom. I love it. I will be starting this one in the spring for sure. So beautiful. So, so beautiful. And I love like Luca S kits. I'm really loving, there's some really good Riolas kits. There are just some really good kits out there. So if you ever don't want like to think about a project and you just want someone else to do the thinking and you just do the fun stitching part, there's some really quality kits out there. Maybe one day we'll do like a kit, like prepackaged kit, not me kitting up things specific episode. I don't have a lot that aren't like already opened, but because I can't wait. But it would be fun just to kind of, I don't know, share my thoughts, I guess, because dimensions have beautiful charts, but they're not easy for a lot of different reasons. And there are some others that are gorgeous and they look a lot more complicated than they actually are. And there, you know, there's quality levels in materials and charts and all sorts of things. So it might be kind of fun to play with it. I'll noodle about that. I'll noodle. Okay, so my plans, my friends. I will start. This is what Feast of Friendship is going into, actually. I'll do it right now. So when my happy mail comes, I'll start Feast of Friendship. I don't know when that will be, but it shouldn't be too long. So that will be that. That will be very fun. My other new start is where the other part of my vintage country mocha went. And this is, let me get the designer right. I think it's Lavender and Lace, but it might be Butternut Road. Sorry, I don't want the chart to show. Who did this one? It looks like lavender. Yes, Lavender and Lace. It's called County Fair. Oh my goodness. I've had it for years. And it was finally just time to have a November fancy lady, because apparently this is my year where I completely embrace starting all the fancy ladies. And it's fine. I don't focus on me, focus on her. She's way prettier. She's gorgeous. I love the details in the arches around her and the bounty on the table. Like she's so elegant. She's so lovely. Isn't she lovely? Yes, she is. I'm going to stitch her on Vintage Country Mocha because it just seemed like the right color. And I've got her DMC all pulled, which is Chaos. There's a lot of colors in this. So I just pulled a length or two depending on how much I thought it would be. I think any of her dress colors, I put 3 lengths. It's kind of snarly, but you know, it's colors on tan. It'll be great. But I'm very excited to start her because I've been thinking about her for several months now, and yeah, she's just beautiful. So that'll be my second new start of November. So those are the only new starts though I'm doing in November. And then I'm pulling out our handsome Tom Turkey, as I call him, Turkey Day, from Cottage Garden Samplings. I can read. I mean, I did all of this last year. He was the one, kind of like my Halloween fairy. I just like laid into him. I loved stitching on him. So there's really not a ton to do to finish the turkey itself, and then just some leaves floating around him. I mean, it could happen, right? A finish could happen on this one. We will see. This is his bag. It's fancy, just like him. I am thinking about working on this one. Where's your cover picture? Got to dig it out. Another Autumn Lane Stitchery, Autumn Town. I love this one. And this one I actually splurged and I bought some silks to work in as the trees because I didn't have the called for, and so I just went off. I just went off and bought gorgeous things, and so I won't tell you all the details on it right now, but this is where we will be starting into it. Doesn't it just look like a sweater? Love it. So I don't know, it's like I want to work on it, but I'm putting it in my basket. We'll see if the mood strikes. I'm not going to commit to working on him or it with a lot of focus. The other one that is kind of in the same boat, like I would like to work on it, Mr. and Mrs. Delicious. They're so cute. I'm stitching mine together on one piece, so I'm kind of merging the two. They're kind of designed to be stitched separately, but I'm going to merge them together so it's like almost like they're kissing or somewhere near that. They're hanging out together. The Mr. and Mrs. are out on a date. Anyways, it's fun to work on. I pulled it out and I was like, oh, that could be fun. It's definitely, you know, November appropriate, but I don't know. We'll see. But I know I want to work on this one. See, the thing is, I have like 3 projects I really have a lot of enthusiasm for this year. And then those 2, which are gorgeous and I love them. There's nothing wrong with them, but the excitement is elsewhere right now. So I just don't know how much work they'll actually get. This is my start on Little House Needleworks, Fall on the Farm. I keep calling it I keep calling it Fall Farm. Man, my cheeks are getting warm. It's fine. But I stitched this in September, and even as I've enjoyed stitching my Halloween stuff, I keep thinking about this one. So, and my next 2 charts came, so I now have 4 pieces. So the one I completed, and then I also had this one when I bought the center. I bought this one too with the cute little chickens. And then I got Pumpkin Patch and Mr. Scarecrow, which is so cute. Oh, I just love it. See, I want to work on this one. So I know it will get a lot of time. I don't know. I don't know if the others will. It might just be those 3 that I love, love, love. I also pulled out to potentially work on last month's Patreon pattern from Hello from Liz Matthews, which I bought impulsively and enthusiastically and then got a real good start on and then dropped like a hot potato when when October came around. So I still love it. I think it's beautiful. But I want to work on Fall on the Farm. The last thing I pulled out to potentially work on, I'm getting excited about Christmas projects and Christmas music and twinkle lights and all the good things that come. And so this is a project I had started last year, Heartstring Samplery. I can read. Christmas Bells Sampler. It's so beautiful. Like, so beautiful. And it's one of my top 3 favorite Christmas songs. So I had started it last year. I didn't get a huge start on it. Oh, it's okay. It's an okay start. But I ran into supply chain issues. I couldn't get my hands on. It's stitched in silk. It's called for silks. I don't know if it gives you an option for other stuff. These are the details I wasn't going to get into, remember? There is a DMC conversion included. But I love this one so much that I decided it was worth the silk investment because they're luxurious to stitch with and they are stunning to look at. So I spoiled myself last year. But I didn't have the bells, the silver bells, or the words silk. And I have since found the silk for the words, which is beautiful, and it was worth the wait. And I don't think I have the bells yet, but we've got enough to really rock and roll on it. So I'm considering pulling this out and working on it on Sundays maybe through November. And then, of course, as soon as Thanksgiving comes, which is 4th Thursday of the month in the States. I know Canada already celebrated their Thanksgiving. So for us, it's the 4th Thursday of November, words. And as soon as Thanksgiving comes, I drop autumn as fast as possible and go full Christmas. So, which may be why I'm considering just being done with Halloween at this point and using the last 4 days of October for autumn stitching. Because I'm, like I said, I'm very enthusiastic about a few of those projects, and I want to give them a good 4 weeks or so before I go full Christmas. And I'm very, very excited to work on my Christmas projects. So that's the plan. Yeah, I think that's all I've got for you guys. Is that everything, baby? She doesn't know. She's a cinnamon roll right now. So, yeah, I think that's it. I will be back in a couple of weeks. I am ready. I don't have any more traveling. I am house sitting next weekend, but that's like in the middle, and I'll probably just stitch the whole time I'm house sitting. So, but other than that, I guess I've got 2 more little things. I've got the house sitting, and then we're helping my in-laws pack up their moving truck down in Oregon the following weekend. So I've got a couple like 2 or 3 day things. But other than that, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything other than normal life stuff. So hopefully, I'll get some really good progress on things. I'll get some good stitching time in. I'll get my sewing room set back up and actually do some quilting, and it will be fantastic. And I'm just ready to get back into my regular program. I did good in September, and then October it was a planned extended gap between videos. So yeah, that's the dealio. That's the plan. So I'll be back in a couple of weeks, and somewhere along the road we'll do a quilting bee. Maybe I'll wait till halfway through November so I actually have some awesome things to show. I mean, I do have a couple cool things, but I quilted Long Time Gone. It's excellent, but I haven't bound it. I want to hand bind it, and it's just been sitting on my couch because I look at it and think, oh, I'd love to do that, and then I cross stitch instead. So, but I want to get that done in the next week. So I'll have that to show, and I've got my ghost to show, and then I have plans. So there'll be a video coming, but I'm not sure when exactly. So I have things to talk about. So I'm good at rambling. So ramble on, my friends. Happy stitching. I hope you're well. I hope you have a safe and happy Halloween if you celebrate, and if you don't, just enjoy a nice night in. And I'll see you soon. Be well, my friends.